to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. Someone I was watching on television.
Таксик. Продолжаем 4-й эпизод.
There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
Таксик. Продолжаем 4-й эпизод. Ой, привет.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's... Very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Спасибо. Следом за доктором Харри. Окей.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
Так,
I
больше никуда
encourage
нельзя. Сейчас, подожди,
creativity as a
чувак.
part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
Я все, смотрю здесь.
I
Вдруг
bet
что-нибудь
you do.
полезное пропущу.
Splendid, Alan.
Пошли.
I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Я бегу. Ой, ну-ка, стой.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this.
Привет, Толя, привет,
Alice
Толя.
is dead.
No.
Ну,
You're
если
in a
она
very
умерла.
vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
Не, по-любому этот доктор врет. Она не могла утонуть.
We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife,
Да,
no
блин,
one has
по-любому
been
она не
killed.
умерла.
Your
Он не врет.
delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Ты мне врешь, ты мне врешь. Да. Там кофе. Все, иду, пошли. Да иду я. Вот смотрит еще. Ты мне хочешь показать красивый вид или что?
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Великолепно,
Colgan Lake spread
великолепно.
below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do it
nails
by
into the
myself
palms of my
now.
hands to stay
You need to
focused.
work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
6 эпизодов. Ну, нормально. Еще
Come
2.
along. Let's go inside.
2 эпизода пройти все. Это кто такой? Чё себе?
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only.
Подожди, там наверху
You were
кофе.
impressed by my
Мне на второй
trophies
этаж
when
надо.
you first arrived here. I do love to
Whoa.
the great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Ну, напади на этого доктора. Съешь его.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be
Это
afraid.
что рисует?
Oh,
Whoa.
hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them.
Что-то
The
как-то не
images
похоже
just
на
keep
меня.
coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Закрыто.
Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Alan, please, this way.
Подожди. Мне психованно нравится. Он цапля. Ой. Не играл. Как так-то? Как ты мог делать фишку не проходить? Ня, ня. Сотка. Ай, чувачочек. Так, тут никакой записки, интересно, можно? Нельзя.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
А, ключик нужен? Да ладно. Найдем где-нибудь ключик. Все найдем. Так, записки нет. Нет. Что? А.
Come, Alan, this way. Now,
Это да.
you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Здравствуйте.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming.
Oh, what a storm! I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this?
Блин, у него молоточек
A heavy
прикольный.
metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that.
Ой.
I'm so sorry to cut this short. For now, Alan, the power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer. Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this?
Сделай качество поменьше.
Crazy to
У меня
know
никакой задержки нет.
crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm. The Anderson farm. Valhalla! We wrote it all down, lest we'd forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message. Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Теперь что искать надо будет. Так, ну что они мне дали? А, они мне дали.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But my head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Интересно, интересно, где моя комната? Ой.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you know who's jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking at the wake.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake.
The doors were locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there was no way to get my hands on them.
You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
На втором этаже моя комната. А, да. Ну ладно, ладно. Я думал, там качество меняется. Я просто не чекала. Все, все, отстань. Нифига себе, мой второй этаж весь мой. А где пишущая машинка? Двери открылись. Ну, пошлите. Ой. Пускай пишет.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Birch, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Ой, не буду я буянить. Не буду, не буду. Я хороший мальчик. Но меня ничего не останавливало. Я все равно пойду проверять. Парень в доме.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice.
Afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya?
Что
Not
происходит?
so
Что
weak
происходит?
now, are we?
Sinclair looked bad.
Побенку
It
убили?
wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons,
Мне
she
по
had it
попке
coming.
шлепнул.
I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair.
Stage is all yours, Tom. Seize your destiny.
I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
It's time to pay the piper.
Так, его офис, его офис.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult diapered asses for it, since you're so tough, Bert.
Хорошо, давай.
Road, man. You think we haven't seen punks like you before?
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Do you hear me? I'm gonna do your crazy quack ass to shreds! Seriously!
Так, тут
The
что у нас?
markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Ты жена моя. Я никогда не бил свою жену. Что
Hartman
не
wasn't
надо мне
happy.
тут.
Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The sheep.
Because at least that lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no.
Ну и славненько, что все нормально.
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry!
О, Барри!
Glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or
Я
else
застряла.
I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses,
Я
that
застряла.
gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al.
Я вообще никуда не
And
нажимаю.
then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, two goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole
Блин.
it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
Блин, Барри, отойди, пожалуйста, в сторонку. Нет?
But it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Ладно, заново.
Here's a friendly poke from Mule, you witch. Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers,
Sinclair
are ya?
looked bad.
Not so weak
That wasn't a love
now,
tap.
are
The crazy
we?
old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Да пипец, блин, взяла, застряла. Вообще, блин. Да Барри слишком
The
жирный.
markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his
Да не я
patients.
толстый, а Барри
I saw
толстый.
Alice's
Надо
name
на меня
on it.
гнать.
For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Я здесь худенькая. Не надо.
Barry?
Отвали.
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
Так, что мы здесь
These
найдем
were all the
интересного?
pages I had on her. And more.
Или про меня еще другие? О, кто там?
Please. You're sliding
Алан,
back.
прошу, вы
Tell me
снова
one more
еще
lie
раз
and I'll shoot
соврете,
you in
этим
the
больше
face.
быстрее. Ишь, какой. Ну,
Well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea.
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Барри, давай за машиной. Слушай меня.
Al, let's just...
Go!
Ну ладно, оба так
Wake,
оба.
listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful with your ability and mine.
О! Мне Барбара помогает. Барбара. Тум-тум-тум. А! Ой! А что меня? Ой, а что меня бьет? У меня даже фонарика нет, да? На второй этаж. Там света. А как Барри, интересно, на улицу вышел? Или он не вышел? Слишком много жира тогда. Ай, меня что, книгу ударила? Ай! Ну не бейте. Вы чё? Воу. Потише. Ай, да что все бьется-то? А что, здесь нет выхода? Я не хочу от книг, от мебели сдохнуть. Ай. Так, ладно. Может, ты мне дверь откроешь? Ой, спасибоньки. Воу, потише. Стреп. Так, а ну шарик, уйди оттуда. Ой, это я сама виновата. Не, в жизни не надо. Это что-то слишком. Это ты мне светишь фонариком? Подожди, чувак, да я все осмотрю. Подожди. Да.
You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
Ой, спасибоньки за фонарик, ты так добр. Господи, что за страсти происходит, а? Так, Барри, не психуй. Сейчас все будет. Так, теперь надо будет выбраться из этого лабиринта. Надеюсь, тут будет Без приключений. Да, по-любому здесь есть и записка. Тише, тише, тише. Ай, не стреляй. А, записулька. Так, все потом прочитаю. Здрасте. Нет. Блин, у меня патрон нет. Ай. Ай. Уйди. Уйди. Да, блин. Так. Что патрон слишком мало. Не хватает их убить. Ой.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that... I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage, complete with an impressive sound system.
Так, все. Вроде патрона должно хватить на них. Да зачем ты это выкинул? Я случайно на колесико нажала. Так, интересно, я ничего не пропустила? Ладно. Так, а в той стороне у нас что?
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up.
Я, кстати, в третьей главе пропустила 3 листочка. Обидно. Господи, ты что такой злой-то? 2 таблетки, какие-то 3 таблетки вечером, слушай, как младенец. Птицы! Фу! Блин! Блин, ракетницы нет, ничего нет. А, они ушли. Ну, блин, я как-то стараюсь их ищу, а получается все равно не нахожу. Блин, у меня патронов не хватит на этого холостяка. Блин, надо патроны искать. Ой, я наверху пропустила. Да, тихо. Патроны. Да, блин. О, ракетница. Как ты вовремя, а? Ай, патроны я взяла. Блин, слепая. О, дробовик.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his...
Ой. Что, Барри далеко от меня свалил? Ой, ну конечно же, без приключений тут не... Ну и славненько. Все в порядке. Блин, а как я их потом буду убивать, если у меня патроны закончатся? Они же должны об этом позаботиться. У меня есть патронов. Только как я без патронов-то буду?
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes and acted.
Барри бедненький испугался. Сразу грустненькая мелодия пошла. Водичка. О. Сейчас, походу, будет мясо, раз столько патронов дает. Не зря.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Таксик. О, уже один челик стоит. А, это Барри мой, господи. Я его испугалась. Давай еще скажи, что эти ворота закрыты, да? Открой мне дверь. Да давай еще быстрей. О-о-о. Будет битва, будет мясо. Ой! Чувак, ты вообще одна... Нет, да блин. Я только двоих убила. Ой. Я не хочу здесь 100 раз подыхать. Нас всеми по-бырому пришать всех. Давай. Я вас понял. Отчет пошел. 2 раза сдохла. Блин, надо с большими. Воу! Да! Сорать буду. Извините. 3. Почему их так много? Да ты что прыгаешь? Ой, нет, нет, фу, фу. 4. Блин, надо как-то с мелкими разобраться, а потом уже с большими. Да! Как вас много, да. Пять. Нет, 6:30 я не хочу. Ты чё? Слишком много. Хотя бы 10. Да. Они слишком сильно бьют. Иди. Блин, опять загромила. Нет! Я все вижу. Иди. Ай, ай, ай! Их оставалось, блин, 3. Ща. Я поняла. Сейчас все будет. Ай, ай, ай! Так. Ай, тихо, тихо, тихо. Чего не такое длинное оружие? Даже увернуться от него не могу. Ладно. Делаем по-другому. Сначала большие. Не беги! Стреляй! Ай! Ай! Откидаться. Обнаглел совсем. Ай! Это больно. Не беги за мной. Подожди, у меня фонарик сел. Подожди 5 секунд. Ай, блин, нет. Нет, 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 нет. А, он ворот уже открыл. Чё я парюсь сюда? Главное, стенд забрать с этим Аланом с собой. Третий пассажир. Соляришка. Какие запросики. Соки. Солярик ему подавать.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional.
Барбара решила со мной поиграть.
I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it. Look out!
Нет. Вот он не мог затормозить. Дождать, пока эти камушки упадут. Нет, надо прям на них лететь. У меня ножка болит.
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
На баре пофиг, блин. Как ты мог револьвер потерять, а?
Barry! Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Get that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al, there's something moving down here. Barry,
Да ладно,
use a flare, Barry.
Воу.
Yeah.
Barry, are you all right?
I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
Барри развлекается.
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the
Так,
area.
тут обрыв у нас. Ой, тихо, тихо.
Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Да ладно, Барри справится. Главное нам добежать. На него вообще пофиг. Он так и так будет жить. А вот я нет. У меня даже фонарика нет. Да, сейчас эти еще будут летать. Нифига. Воу. Ай, бочка, не бей. Не бей, бочка. Бочка, ай, ай. Ай! У меня не получилось от нее отвернуться. тихо, 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 тихо.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Главное обратно выбраться спокойненько. Да блин! Все. Я поняла, все, тихо. Ай! Тише. Ай! Помеси. А, блин, прям в лицо. Да. Колесиком по лбу.
Into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Так, а ну не психуем. А чё так дерзко? Надо еще кофе забрать. Еще бочки полетят. Ай! Блин. Каждый раз их пугаюсь. Распрыгни. Бочки, не бейте меня. Я спряталась. Все, уйди. Давайте все об камушек, пожалуйста. Во, я пошла. Пожалуйста, беги как можешь, не останавливайся. Так, ладно, что найдем свет. А, что-то должно быть здесь, это точно.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed-out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's...
О, геник. Блин. Ой. Тише, 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 тише.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Спасибо за фонарик. Так, у нас тут ничего нет. Ай! Я, короче, не успела завести. Я поняла. Во-во. Идите. Все-таки с одним фон... Я надеюсь, я не упала там.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of
В
leaping
смысле, это
before
Барри или не
looking.
Барри? Нет, это не он. Либо не он. Еще фонарик. О, она мощный. Мощный, давайте. Мощного я не откажусь. Речки, спасибо. Так.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Блин, вроде с горы так близко этот дом был. Ощущение, куда я хожу, блин, 3 года. Давайте. Это длинный путь к этому дому.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
Спасибо, друг, спасибо.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the
Хорошая
pages on my
находка.
path.
Я вас поняла. Главное не наступить, а то эти припрутся. Нет, это не надо. Я буду аккуратна, как мышка.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Много патронов для дробовика.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought.
Слишком много здесь капканов. Как не в голову? Я в капкан попала из-за вас. Блин, у меня как бы патронная. Патрончики нужны. Патрончики. Как они так меня убили? Сейчас так далеко идти. Можно я их не буду убивать, а? Это ничего хорошего не будет. Сейчас, походу, что в капкан не попало, да? Мне главное добраться до света, и все. Остальное не важно. Вот и все.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
А то пульки сохранила.
Hello? Anybody here?
Ой, Барри, не ори.
Barry!
No! Danny, you're not...
Это Барбара к нему?
What are you...
Что?
I'm sorry!
Открывай давай. А, это не Барри, это кто?
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
Чувак, это ты.
Farm again for the moonshine, you know. It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to
cool, real good movie.
А фиг его знает, кто это написал.
The best friends. Suddenly the bad.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her and me. No one will survive. Let me guess. Danny, huh? I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as...
О, я же могу теперь его машину взять. Ну, нет, интересно.
The front door was locked. I can climb out through the broken window. I'll write my own escape into the story next.
Ты что, застрял в окне? Ты серьезно?
The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Может, ему ты застрял?
For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash.
Поехали. Уж лучше, чем пешком.
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting it. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Типа спрятали кофе, а я заметила. Так, только можно без всяких приключений, пожалуйста? Мне машину надо дойти еще. Нет, не говорите, что я застряла. Псуй. Ну блин, если уж нашла кофе, я возьму. Ой, можно на эту машину сесть будет потом? Вот эта тачка. Я поняла. Это звук ящика. То он так дышит. Наверное. Может быть. Не, давай только застревать не будешь. Ты чё? О. Давай-ка на этой тачке поедем. Ну, хоть мне куда, наверх или туда наискосяк? Я не хочу ничего пропустить. Я поняла. Я вас понял. Надо наверху посмотреть, что тогда. Так, тут телек. А, разве?
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde.
Ой, это кто у нас ползет? А вы кто такие? Нет, дайте в машину зайти. Да, травка забавная. Еще у нее такая форма интересная. Тын-тын-тын-тын-тын-тын. Так, теперь ножками. Не так все дымится уже. А фиг его знает. Я даже смотреть не хочу. Меня такая травка прикалывает. И что это значит? Дракошка. О, мне по максимуму ранчики. Слышь ты, бык. Ай. Да Ой, да фиг его знает. Прорисовка, не прорисовка. Ай. Пофиг на нее вообще. Я не пойду туда. Там ничего хорошего нет.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Я, конечно, больше ничего тут психовать не будет. Yeah.
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Dodson. Shut up and shoot. Ow! We have to fight them all. I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out. Hey, Al, did you notice there's a lot of stuff? This place is stuck.
Нет, нет, нет. Ой. Yeah. Ой. Блин, мне бы еще здесь выжить. Ай, не знаю. Ой. Забавно.
That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Блин, клевый момент. Мне понравилось. Все очень красочно и красиво закончилось.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Ой, куда? Пошли на ферму.
See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
Так, ну, во-первых, мне надо по-любому наверх. Все здесь посмотреть. Вдруг листочек найду. Или кофеек. Ладно, что здесь нет? Зато у меня очень мощный фонарик.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
Ooh, I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Хорошо тебе держать мой манекен в руках, да?
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Так, надеюсь, там больше ничего такого нет. Телек, он должен включиться. Подойди, Барри. Да.
Hey, remember when I got you that gig? Your first real writing job. What got you started? Was this one of your episodes?
In Night Springs. Tonight's episode. The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the
Записулька.
only to be brought to a sudden stop by a
Блин, такой фонарик яркий.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to kill The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Так, ща. Ой. Черный тьма надвигается. Здрасте. С этим фонарем так все быстро. Я не хочу его потерять. Ой, алло. Будильник? Какой будильник? У кого? Ой, опять ты, тупой. Не, стой, стой, стой. Остановись. Да, блин.
I think we can make it through here, Al.
Ой. Да я застряла. Да, блин. Эх. Ой. Ой, ой. Чё машина? О, Барри, здоровки.
Those geezers had quite a production going on. Oh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you
Я еще думаю, что мы отсюда выберемся. Что-то я на это не надеюсь. Что там опять нашел? Орёт всё. Прикольно. Дверь открыла, дверь закрылась. Или это Барри меня закрыл? Чё орёт? Куда выйти теперь? Я жива, все в порядке. Бедненький еще беспокоится обо мне. Сколько здесь этажей?
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but
Что я взяла?
Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been too busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. Can't talk about that.
Ну что, поехали вниз.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
Чё пнуть-то? Пинай. Ой, опять целая куча всего. Сейчас будет мясо. Да, бензопила лежит. Блин. Что? Серьезно? Пришел трактор. А, это трактор. Ой. Да ладно, серьезно? Я не знала. Ничего здесь хорошего нет. А где самбари? Он же придет ко мне. Открыть для Барри дверь с телосного хранилища. Сейчас придется ему открывать дверь еще. Сейчас. Какие двери-то? От мальца не догоняю. Понятно. Да, блин. Брум. Толстячок.
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me. Hang on.
Привет, Тули. Пошли.
Hey, let's go, man. I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy.
Да. Ой. А, ты без меня не справишься. Слабак.
Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Че, опять без меня не справишься? Эх ты. Только не упади, пожалуйста, лицом в грязь. Возьми бензопилу. Она тебе понадобится. Так, я скоро в кэску свалю. Ты что, за мной бегаешь? Ну не беги ты за мной. Я же просто проверяю. Фига, как дом держится. Зачем ты за мной бегаешь? Беги за мной. Ты можешь сам проверить? Все, я да я, я да я. Барри, отойди. Я один раз из-за тебя уже застряла. Мне хватило. Не ходи за мной.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were in the booby hatch.
Yeah. Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy...
Сколько еще осталось? Ой, скоро конец главы.
I don't think they keep too close an eye on them at the clinic. They seem to slip away a lot so they can get wasted.
No kidding. Those guys sound awesome.
Все, Барри, радуйся.
Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be... What's-her-face? The crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be.
Я петь не буду.
Okay. We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Хорошая идея.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Oh.
Come on, Barry. This is... Yeah, what the hell?
Даже алкашку нашел. Веселуха пошла. Вообще, мне после этого Барбара придет с нами, да, набухается. Все, не будет веселуха. У нас будет собственная пати.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Стенд в уголку стоит. Алкашня, блин. Дрыхнут. Проснулся. Опять я в этом на острове.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared.
А, да ладно, так
I
узнаю.
had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
Alice!
I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript.
Он вынырнул.
I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
О, Барбара.
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here
Должна быть
somewhere.
где-то здесь. Может
Maybe
быть, наверху в
upstairs in the
кабинете.
study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Ты мне все время
You
пудрила
laugh at the
мозги.
whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No,
Нет, она
she's
мертва.
dead.
Она
She
утонула.
drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You
Ну, это не
killed
я.
her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do.
Давай, рассказывай.
You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
Yes. All right. I'll fix it.
Исправлю.
I'll bring her back.
Я её верну. Фига, скримак какой был.
I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobwebs she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
Хорош.
Here now. I'm here because it was written. I've got the light to set you free. You must hurry. Will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
О, ничего себе.
I'd woken
О,
up,
это
confused
на
and
чувака из
groggy,
Биошока
my
похож.
mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
Ты упал с горы. Всего лишь-то. Надо было напиться, чтобы все вспомнить. И это кто? Конец 4-го эпизода.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true.
My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up. Let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
I have it. Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Al, this is not good.
Вот пить надо, блин, меньше. Кашня. Ой, еще... Фу.
Oh, I am never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.